up, everybody? Welcome to a little Friday night hangout. After a huge New York Jets win this past week, before we even get into it, let me bring in some of my guests. First guy we're going to bring in is from the town that we kicked the crap out of this past week. You know him. You love him. Let's bring in the Buffalo Jet fan.
What's up, Sean? What's going on, buddy?
Loving Jet life, man. How are you?
Jets are 6-3, man. It's good life. It's crazy. I still can't believe we won that game.
We hit the over before the bye week.
Yeah, I already cashed in mine.
We hit the over before the bye week. It's huge. I'll say what's up to everyone in the chat in a minute. Let's bring in our next guest. You know him. You might not love him, but you know him. We ripped his chair apart one night, and then he made a whole channel about it. Let's welcome Adam, Mr. Y2K. What's up, buddy?
Well, as the chairman of the group, it's a pleasure to be on with you fine gentlemen tonight. I'm working my way to become you guys one day, and that's a scary thought, but I am thrilled to be here with you tonight. Nick, it's been a while since we've done a Friday night. Buffalo, I don't know if anything exciting is happening in your life, but I hope that it is, and it's a pleasure to see you.
Good to see you too, brother. Been too long.
He's got the hat on backwards. He's not doing the.
It's not a sauce look.
He's not doing the sauce flip.
Yeah, not until hour 3.
Oh, we're going all night. That's what she said. Let's say what's up to everyone in the chat before we get into some topics. What's up, Anthony? Thank you for joining us. Read the people. I like that. That's a new sub. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. We got Twisted here. I'm here to see the new guy, Nick. Not Jeremy. Says he's not this. He's not that. I got to meet him. See the new guy, Nick. Not Jeremy. Says he's not. Are you drinking? Twisted.
We're not supposed to.
Before.
Yeah. Well, the chat could be completely inebriated already. We usually wait till about 10 o'clock to be completely wasted. But
sure.
But we can match if you want.
And brilliant. Anthony, he's not lying to you. I am good looking and brilliant.
And humble.
I haven't seen Nick live in a while. Need to remember. I mean, my kid, Jesus Christ, is now fuckface and vice versa. All right.
Okay.
2-minute cup of fuck. Absolutely. Always a Jet Fan United. What's up, G? How are you, buddy? Okay. What else we got going on? Oh, we got Mr. Wicker Media. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Boy.
Oh, here come the sex bots. We know it's happening.
There we go. That's what she said. Vino, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a minute. Sorry, guys. My life has been hectic, chaotic. I've been working on Fridays, and then I messed up my knee a little bit, so haven't really been on. There's my boy. Jeremy says Nick is not handsome and not bright, but you can. I'll take it.
He can drive a car. There is no doubt about that.
I'll take any compliments. My bitches are on standby. How many bitches you got out there in Iowa?
He probably have his pick of the litter out there.
Corn stalks are not bitches. Let's clarify that now before we get into this.
He just gets them the orange corn wine and they just melt at his feet.
My buddy Mark's here. All right. I'm going to kick it around first before we even get into the topic that I want to discuss before we get into a pretty cool segment that Adam came up with this week. I'm still a little hoarse with my voice, so forgive me. I lost it Sunday at the game. We'll go over that in a little bit, but I lost my voice. I thought it would be better today, but it's not too great. So, Buffalo, start with you. Give me your thoughts at the midway point about what you thought before the season started, where you thought we would be, and where we actually are.
Well, I definitely didn't have us at 6-3. I think my record prediction for the year coming in was 9-8, which I think at this point might be a disappointment. And even more particularly, I thought like surviving to the bye and going 4-5 would be fine just because of the way we thought the schedule laid out in the front of the year, especially with missing Zach Wilson in the beginning of the year. So I think we've definitely overachieved by any estimation, given the fact that we lost Brees and AVT. I think the biggest surprise, we talk about individual players, Sauce being this good right away. But to me, the biggest surprise is the defense. I owe Jeff Ulbrich a certified, apology letter. This defense has played better than I ever thought it could under him. And if you remember last year, we were 32nd in a lot of numbers, and I don't think this defense is as good as. Am I echoing?
No, you're good.
Okay.
No.
I don't think this defense is as good as the 09 Rex Ryan defense, but I do think this defense going from dead last in the NFL to arguably the best in the league is the most impressive turnaround I think I've seen on any unit in my Jets life. It's absolutely unbelievable. And I think that Robert Saleh, I'm not calling him Vince Lombardi, but I think that the promise when we saw him jumping up and down and screaming on the sidelines in San Francisco was that could he be a culture changer, because we had like just 2 turned over mops with the headset on the past 2 regimes, and he's done that. The slogans that we mocked when they were getting blown out have come to life. They're real. I believe in Robert Saleh as a culture changer, as a leader of men. Is he a great coach? We'll see. And I think that this team, the biggest thing is that they've been resilient. That's another reflection on the coaching staff. Like, the Jets aren't always disciplined. They don't always play clean football. They don't always start hot. They don't always win the turnover battle, but they never stop fighting, and they get better as the game goes along. They have the best point differential in the fourth quarter in the league. So Robert Saleh has,
right?
Yeah, plus 58.
Plus
it's crazy. It's always the opposite. I mean, the Jets, Robert Saleh, he's built a fighter, and that was the promise he came to deliver. Like, the big things he was known for, that defense that could get home with 4 and flexibility on the back end and changing culture. Those are the 2 things we really banked on when he came in, and he's done that with Zach. I'm going to be honest, maybe it's just a product of my expectations being too high, but if I just look in a vacuum at how he's played, given that he's winning and given that he's faced some challenges and faced tough defenses, I'd be lying to you if I didn't think that he would have played better, been a more efficient passer. But the thing is, when you're winning, it buys you time to kind of figure that shit out. So, and last week, I don't care how many yards he threw for, that was a great game. That was maybe his best game as a pro. He did everything that we've asked him to do. He had good pocket awareness. He had made good decisions. He was accurate with the football. He made big plays when it was time to make them. He was one of the reasons we won that football game. And that level of quarterbacking from Zach Wilson, that will take us to the playoffs. So I'm over the moon, man.
Nice. Adam?
I would say going into the season, my goal at the beginning was not to make the playoffs. Coming off a 4-win season, I didn't think it was realistic to expect double-digit wins. All I wanted was to be in the hunt graphic with the next to last week of the season. Just be in the mix,
right? Like we all said it. We said Thanksgiving, play meaningful football, right?
Right. Not only that, and don't be out by Columbus Day. Like, I didn't want to have to be jumping on Tankathon before Thanksgiving hit. And the only reason now why I would have any reason to jump on Tankathon is to see the remaining strength of schedule of the other teams that we're chasing a playoff spot with. But I think that 4 and 5 was my hope going into the bye. I felt if they could win 4 games, I felt they had a realistic shot to get on a good second half run and make the playoffs. Because when you have a team that's this young, coaches and players, I figured with a lot of new pieces and a lot of rookies, it would take some time to really come together. And we saw evidence of that. I mean, the Baltimore game that we all went to, it wasn't pretty to watch. And the defense, I agree with what Buffalo said about the defense. Even though they beat Cleveland, the run defense got strafed. They didn't look good against Cincinnati, but you know what? Each week they've gotten a little bit better, and a little bit better. And it's come to the point where I can't believe I'm using this word. We can trust this defense.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last time I could legitimately trust the Jets defense. As I'm one of the biggest Rex fans that you will ever meet. But there were too many times when his defense would give up a late game drive, give up that late touchdown. And I think a big part of it, and this is probably the one reason I don't know if I would agree with what you just said, I don't think the defense then is as good as it was now because that defense didn't really have a pure pass rusher on the team. I think about the closest thing we had was Jason Taylor, who was completely over the hill.
Sean Ellis, you had Brian Thomas, you had Calvin Pace.
They were good. They were good, like two-way players. They could set the edge, but in terms of like a legitimate get right after the quarterback. None of our defensive tackles. Sione Puha, great run stopper, but now we have Quinn and Williams. Now I know the 3-4 and the 4-3 require different things, but there are so many guys who can get there without blitzing. And like you guys said, this defense is predicated on a defense that creates pressure with the front four. And then you add in these two cornerbacks that are this good and a rapidly improving safety tandem that's gotten better and better, and hard-hitting linebackers. I wish we'd given Quan Alexander more than 1 year. Oh my gosh. He's due for one heck of a raise. Yeah. So it is, so after what they did to Buffalo, there isn't one offense in the league that will legitimately scare me. I respect, if we play Kansas City down the road, I have all the respect in the world for Mahomes, but I'm going to say, hey, you know what? We can get to him, and no matter what wide receiver they want to throw out there, we can cover them. I'm going to feel the same way about Seattle when we face Lockett and Metcalf. We have two corners who can do it, and that is such an anomaly in today's NFL. So, 6-3 completely exceeds my expectations. Completely thrilled. And the one thing I'll say about Zach, to me, I'm trying not to overreact to each and every single game. I think that's dangerous to do with a quarterback. I think at the end of this year, we'll have a better feel. The only thing we really want to know, is he the guy or is he not the guy? Is he the quarterback you feel you can hitch your wagon to going forward? And to be quite honest, the potential is there, but we don't have a legitimate answer to that question yet, in my opinion.
You both made fantastic points. I'm going to kind of recap a little bit some of the comments that flew in there. Somebody said after Quinnen blew up, the defense went to another level. 100%. Because what did Quinnen want? He said, send the four of us and keep everybody else back, because we were getting nickel and dimed, right? The only type of offense that not scares me, but worries me is what the Patriots did to us. Send everybody deep and dump it off underneath, right? That's how they beat us. 3rd and 18,
our linebackers
3rd and 22. They sent the corners and the safeties deep, and then they dumped it off underneath. Now, we got to give Olbrich credit. Buffalo, you were very hard on him, and I give you all the credit in the world. You and I, we didn't have an argument. We had a very deep discussion about Olbrich before the season started, and you were not a fan. And I said to you, I go, it doesn't matter if we fire Olbrich. The scheme is the scheme. Salah's not changing his scheme. We just need the talent to get better. And you see what he's done with this talent. This talent is amazing. All three of us and our other friends who will join us later hated Joyner. We all blamed Joyner for the loss against Baltimore, right? We were together for the game. We all said Joyner is the reason that we lost. And after that game, he's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I
had a thought during the last game.
In the Pittsburgh game. They tried to go deep on him early, and he broke up the pass against Pickens. He had 2 interceptions. When you don't hear his name getting called, it's a good thing, right?
Typically, yep.
It's a very good.
So those interceptions,
you're playing deep safety, you're either getting your name called for an interception or you're getting your name called because you got. Now, Sauce bailed him out in the last play in the Buffalo game. Did you guys see that highlight?
Yes.
He stepped up bit, and Davis was 15 yards behind him. Thank God Sauce recovered nicely. But when you look at this defense, where's the weakness? You want to run the ball outside? All right, we got JJ, we got Watson, we got JFM. You want to go up the middle? All right, Quinnen is playing as the best defensive tackle. He is playing at an all-pro level. You want to throw swing passes? Quincy, Quan are popping you in the chest before you even catch it. You want to go on the outside? Good luck. You'll be the lowest rated passer in the NFL. Every level of this defense is elite. And the difference between this defense and Rex's defense was Rex had a blitz to mask the pass rush.
Exactly.
We don't have to do that. We have the lowest blitz percentage in the NFL at 14%. Yep. And we have the 4th highest get home rate. We're hitting the quarterback. We're making him move his feet. We're doing everything that the 49ers did, right? We all talked about this. What are we building? We're building get there with 4, cover on the back end, run the ball, control the clock, don't turn it over, win the game late. We're doing it. We're doing it now. We're doing it at a level that none of us thought we could get to. So 6-3, I'll say it. I'm disappointed because we should have beat New England. And if we have Hall and if we have ADT, we win that game easily. Now, the
Corey Davis
we lost that game is because we didn't have our identity without them. And then you saw what happened the following week against Buffalo. We started to create our identity. We knew what Robinson was going to do. We found Carter's new role. I'm pumped up. I'm first in the AFC, number 1 seed, home game playoffs, and everybody comes back. That's I don't think if we don't turn the ball over, we're unbeatable. Quote me. We are unbeatable if we don't turn the ball over. I'm gonna catch up with the chat here. Adam, you got anything to add to what I just said?
You know, this is not the first time you've come on the channel and made a very, very bold claim. But I'll tell you what, the team that is most likely to beat the Jets is themselves. Now, they have to exercise that demon against New England. No way around it. With the 8 games left, there's only 4 against the AFC. 4 of them are against the NFC. And that type of thing is critical when you're talking about tiebreakers. Only 1 home game left in the AFC. The fact that they haven't lost a road game this year, that is really impressive. Because last year, I know they stunk, period, but on the road especially, they were brutal. Absolutely brutal. So
Which
I don't
is
know,
good too,
because
because I don't mean to jump on you. But if we get a wild card, are we afraid?
We're not going to be afraid. No.
Are we scared?
No.
We're going on the road.
No.
We'll play anybody,
We'll travel.
anywhere, anytime. Defense, run game, travel, and they shut a crowd up.
And there is no crowd that needs to be shut up more than the one in Foxborough. Let's put it that way. We owe them. I know we're saying the same thing now that we said 2 weeks ago before the New England game, but that much more so. Although I will say this, I wonder if they win that Buffalo game, if they also win the New England game. I feel maybe they almost had to lose that game to learn how to win, if I could paraphrase the Aerosmith song. You know, got to lose to know how to win. And I think that was another step for them. And it's not just the players who are growing. This whole coaching staff, we're watching them grow up before our very eyes. We're seeing LaFleur make adjustments as we're going. You know, Ulbrich is looking smarter because we're figuring out what defensive players work best in what spots, a.k.a. activating Bryce Huff and giving more playing time to your players who actually deserve it. Now Quinnen is getting over 70% of the snaps. All these types of things are working. Special teams. Oh, my God. How good is Brant Boyer? Whether it's fake punts, onside kicks. Oh, my gosh. The punting has been really good. The field goal kicking for the most part has been very good. Block field goals.
Special teams. You're just waiting for Berrios, right? Like you're waiting for Berrios. We all went into the season and said Berrios is our best special team player, and he's yet to hit.
He's going to get one.
Everybody else is hitting onside kicks, block this, block that, pinning them deep, and you're waiting for Berrios to have that game-changing moment.
Hardy, Eccles, Parks, Yeboah. All these guys on coverage, on kickoffs, on returns are doing an absolutely fantastic job. All these guys.
Quinnen and Clement. Didn't Quinnen block a field goal?
He blocked the field goal.
Yeah, he blocked the field
goal. Clemens
blocked the punt that Will Parks scored on.
Yeah, Clemens blocked that punt. Yeah, we'll get to those plays later.
But if you look at, I've said this several times throughout the year, when you can win games when you're young and dumb and you don't know better while you're learning how to win games, that's huge. Plus 58 in the fourth quarter, that's like a Tom Brady Patriot thing. That's a Peyton Manning Colt thing. That's a Aaron Rodgers Packer thing. We're doing it. We're shutting people down. That fourth quarter, third and fourth quarter against Buffalo, we held the number 1 offense in the NFL to 3 points in the second half. When I left that stadium and I was walking out to the car, and there were people just stopped. The traffic was, because that stadium was packed. There was about 40% Buffalo fans, and it was wild. When they had the ball, we were nuts. When we had the ball, their players were cheering for the crowd to make noise for them. Like, that's how wild this stadium was. When I'm walking out to the car, every single Buffalo fan I saw in a car who was motionless, they weren't moving. I walked right up to the car, made them roll down their window. I go, what's going on here? I go, you look like Josh Allen's offense in the second half. You're not moving. You're not going anywhere. What's the problem, bro? And then I would just go and then hit the next car. And people were following me and just watching me harass these people. It was fantastic. You guys saw the video. I walked right up to a Buffalo fan who had like one of those hats on.
Yep.
And I took the video and I was like, what's up, man? I go, honest question. How'd you feel when that kick went wide right? Because they missed the kick wide right before the half. So I was harassing everybody because I had a feeling in my gut that we had this game. This is a team that we match up well against. They might be a better team. You might look on paper and say quarterback, defense, number one offense, better number one wide receiver. But you know what? Sometimes matchups with lesser teams. Giants, 6 seed, go to the Super Bowl, win it. Steelers, 6 seed, go to the Super Bowl, win it. Sometimes you don't have the best record or the best team, but the matchups that you present win those games for you. We're that team. Does Kansas City want to see us come in? Hell no. They don't want to see that defense come in. Buffalo want to see us? No. Baltimore want to see us again with Zach and the line together? No, hell no. I'm excited about this team because we can take away what you do great and make you play a sloppy, ugly game like we do. Jets are 5-0 when they give up 20 points or less. We're going to make you play ugly. We are going to make you play a game that you don't like. And guess what? We're going to kick the shit out of you. We're going to have you arguing. We're going to have Josh Allen, MVP quarterback, throwing his helmet on the sideline after a second interception to Sauce. We are going to get in your fucking heads, and we're going to live there.
This sounds so much like Belichick's idea. Like if Belichick actually verbalized his defense, I think that's exactly how it would sound if he actually had some personality.
Without the cheating.
Right, without, well, you know. But tell me the truth. Were you walking out of there or were you floating out of that stadium that day?
I was
even with your knee. Yeah.
I was hobbling. But like the biggest thing that I was looking at all the Bills fans, like, what happened? What happened? Number one in the AFC, you lost to the lowly Jets? What happened? No Brees Hall, no AVT, no Corey Davis, no Becton. I just went down the list. I was like, you lost to us? This injured? Ooh, you got issues, man. You got issues. What was there, a snow squall? I used snow squall 700 times that day. Buffalo, you live up there. You know snow squalls. Buffalo fans know. So I asked a 70-year-old lady with a Jim Kelly jersey if I could put her through a fucking table. I was like, this is what you guys do, right? Come on, let me scoop you up. It was the most fun I've ever had at a regular season Jet win. It was electric.
That's
people hugging, crying. Like it had playoff atmosphere. It absolutely did because it told the fan base, we're here. We've arrived. It's like the Bray Wyatt. We're here, right? You hold the
You
land.
knew that's what I was thinking about.
Absolutely. I saw your face. We're here. It's really, really fun.
Yeah, I'll tell you my situation that day. So we weren't at AJ Gators, the Virginia Jets fans. So what we did is we hung out with the Cleveland Browns fans, which is quite the group. They're pretty much as Cleveland as you would expect it to be. Very decrepit, very depressed, very curmudgeon-y. That kind of a group. God bless them. Okay. So they had a bye week, and we go to their bar, Sneaky Pete's. I mean, this place is a dive's dive. You know, they would have to renovate this place to get it up to dive level. There was no air in the building. They literally had to turn the lights off in the bar to keep it relatively cool. It was about 90 to 95 degrees in that bar. Oh, and did I mention we were doing a chili cook-off? You had about 20 crock pots lined up down the table, which is only making it hotter in the building. Thank God for the $3 beer specials is all I could say. But we were literally sweating, stinking the whole time. I just walking around and pacing myself with that heat. I think I dropped 10 pounds. And, it wasn't – they were kind of rooting for us, but at the same time, they were like, well, we don't want to have to compete with them for a playoff spot, to which I said, you're not in a playoff race. Deshaun's not coming back for a while. But it was one of those things, it felt more and more surreal as it was happening. But the most surreal moment to me was that last drive by the Jets when they ran the ball down their throats. Like they brought Brick, Nick, Brandon Moore, and Alan Faneca back on the offensive line. With these bunch of ragtag guys with waiver claims, lower round draft picks, just guys out of the woodwork. And they are running. Now, I know the Bills didn't have Matt Milano and Jordan Poyer and Greg Rousseau in the second half, and that limited them a little bit. But still, the Jets were running the same counter play over and over and over again. Buffalo knew what was coming.
They ran like 3 traps in a row.
Same play. Yeah. Same freaking play. The Bills knew what was coming eventually, and they couldn't stop it. It only took one throw from Zach to do the job, but it was as big a throw as he has had to make in a long time. And with one play at a time, it's like, oh my gosh, they are seriously doing this. They are imposing their will on the best team in the league.
And what did we say? We talked about it all offseason. We are building bullies. We are building a team that is going to beat the shit out of you in the trenches. We're going to plow you back with our offensive line, and we're going to get to you with 4. We are going to win the trenches. We're going to wear you down, and you don't have anything to do about it. That was such a statement. That was basically Joe Douglas standing like this, like Virgil behind the $1 Million Man, and just like, I got this shit. I got this. This is what I built. And quiet, calm, and do it time and time again. And how many linemen are we missing? I don't want to hear about the Bills. I don't want to hear about the Bills missing Poyer and Hyde. We're missing Becton. We're missing AVT.
Dude, imagine if it was AVT and Becton on the right side of that line. Good God.
I need a moment to visualize that. Thank you.
But we're missing Becton. We're missing AVT. We're missing Fant. We're missing Mitchell. We're missing a lot of players. We're missing Hall.
Yeah. He played good. The dude we plucked off the Houston Texans practice squad, he played really, really well.
He was fine.
When you're not hearing his name, it's fantastic, right? When you're not hearing his name at like Wayne Hunter. Hunter's name we heard all the time because he was getting beat. You don't even hear this guy's
Clark, all these guys.
Yeah, you don't hear his name, which is absolutely amazing.
And let's give credit to John Benton, the offensive line coach. He deserves as much credit as anybody making what he has made out of this group of offensive linemen. They are, in my mind, really overachieving. I mean, Nate Herbig's just one nasty, blue collar. He's the type of offensive lineman that Jets fans just embrace and just bring in. We're just looking for that nasty offensive lineman who doesn't give a rip.
He's who we wanted Brian Winters to be.
Nasty lineman. I'm going to bring in another one of our buddies.
Smooth.
His birthday was yesterday. The Marine Corps birthday. We're going to bring in a good friend of ours to the show.
Hey.
Jet situation. Tony, what's up
going on?
What's up, boys? What's up, crew? How y'all doing today?
I call your ass at 7:30 in the morning yesterday to wish you a happy birthday.
Dog.
And you never got back to me.
Look, I was at the office when you did it.
You did. You sent me a video. And then I can't answer the phone, but I can take a video in my office.
Well, no, Mitch had came into my office to go ahead and ask me something, and then he
Trubisky?
No. Mitch is my supervisor.
Yeah,
so
Mitch McConnell.
Of course, you knew that though. But he goes next door real quick, and I was just like, oh shit, got the video for you real quick, and then I put it down. Then he comes into my office and stuff, talking about the Marine Corps birthday, asking me what it's about, and then we did an actual little mini Marine Corps birthday thing at the office. It was kind of cool. It was just next thing I know, I got back and I was behind on everything I had to get done yesterday, and I wanted to leave early. So that's on me.
Texted wifey. Did wifey tell you I texted her?
Nah.
I said after I called you, because anyone that I know who's been in the Marines, my best friend, his father passed away, and every year I sent him happy birthday to Big Al in heaven. And one of my best friends who I had season tickets with is a cop in New York City now. I sent him the message, and I sent it to you, or I called you.
Yeah.
And then I texted wifey. I go, I just want to wish you happy birthday, even though you're a sore loser and you never called me back after the Jets beat the Packers. So that's
Did she
probably
respond?
why she didn't tell you, because she
There
was
it is.
probably
There
like,
it is.
oh,
You
I like
hit
him,
her.
but I want to kill him.
You hit her
Is-
with that
is-
little stabby stab when you
Oh,
said
has
it.
Is Mrs. Gunny talking to anybody outside of the people who live in the house? I mean,
She barely talks to me, man, because I've been very
No.
happy.
She's
as a
only
Jets
talking
fan
to
lately.
people that make their own cheese, because she's all in. That's the only thing you
she's
have to
all
talk
kinds
about.
of salty right now.
Are we on
I mean, she
speaker?
talks. She talks to
I
the
don't want her to
kids.
hear me.
No. I got y'all in my ears.
All right, cool.
This is
I'm
safe
safe. Okay,
space. Safe space.
okay, good. We can make Jessica jokes, and we'll
All
be
the
okay.
jokes we want to right now. We good. Yeah, we straight.
So we recapped everything. We're going over where we are. Give us your thoughts real quick. Where we are, where you thought we'd be before the season, and then like where we are now. Like what's your thoughts of what you expected and what you've seen from this team?
Okay. First, I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I see you guys, Anthony G, Twisted, Mark Reese. Appreciate it very much. All the love. We the
Mark
people.
sucks. Fuck Mark. Don't
Dark Soldier. I got a Dark Soldier. For some reason, your Twitter's not working. I don't know if you know that or
I think
not.
you got a new one.
I know. I had something to send. You know what? I don't want to say it over here because I don't know if he's in a safe space right now.
Are we sending nudes? You got
No.
nudes.
No, I'll share it with you guys in the group chat. But Dark Soldier, if you back on Twitter, man, I need your information, like we talked about the other day. So just throwing it out there. I'll let these guys know why I don't want to say too much because anyway. But thank you guys. I was just fan. Appreciate you guys.
What are we doing with human trafficking? What the fuck's going
No.
on?
It's just I don't want to get them in trouble. I
got you on the southern border. I got Buffalo on the northern border. What the fuck are you guys up to?
No, we're not. It's just, I don't want to get them in trouble. I don't know if he's watching. But my take, man, is simple. Really, I did not see us here at 6-3. I'm going to be the first to admit. I had us going into this part of the season with 4 wins. I thought we were going to be at 4 wins. I really felt that we were going to pick it up on the second half of the schedule after the bye. We got some surprise wins in there, man, that I didn't foresee. And to be at 6-3 at this point, man, I don't know how any Jets fan could look at this and not see it as one hell of a success, right? Now, we're not done yet. And one of the things that I've appreciated a lot is that, like, as we've seen this team get better and better each week and get these wins, we've all had to kind of like move the goalposts a little bit, right? Like I went from thinking we were going to win 8 to 9 games this season to where I'm sitting here like anything less than 10. And it was kind of like a failure now because we've seen what this team can do when they're operating on all cylinders. And we haven't even seen them really truly operate on all cylinders. We're still kind of like dealing with a patch-made offensive line. We're still waiting to see Zach really kind of like show us and got to figure it out. But in spite of all that, we've still been able to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, and still see success. So I'm ecstatic, man. Like I'm ecstatic. Like I still not like this, like so far this week, I've literally been watching reruns of the games we've played thus far up until this bye.
YouTube recap, like 11 minutes.
Yes. Did you see that? Great. Oh my God, that was beautiful.
Oh my God.
It's beautiful, man. Like, and I'm ecstatic, man. And I think what's most exciting about it is that we're doing all this with a very, very young core. We're talking about first year, second year players making big time plays. And what's scary is we lost 2 of our best offensive weapons in AVT and in Breece Hall. To think that next year, legitimately, when those guys are back, we can be better than what we are right now. It's just, I don't know, man. It's what a time to be alive to be a Jets fan. And I'm pumped for it. I'm excited to see what we're going to do on the second half of this season.
Dark Soldier saying he texted you.
Yeah. I got it, Dark Soldier. You knew exactly what I needed. You sent it to me. But here we go. Let me just send it to him real quick.
And I will say this. Thank goodness that the defense has been as healthy as it has been. You know, losing Sheldon for a couple weeks, not ideal, but you know what? They have
knock on wood. What are we doing?
What are you doing?
We don't need anything like the Giants with the safety breaking his hand.
Dude, I do not have the dude. If I had that much power, believe me, the outcome of this team would be a lot different for the last 25 years. I got to but that is a factor. That is a legitimate factor that, you know, we ranked hurt, but you know what? Outside of that, that's been one of the things in our favor. And I'll leave it at that.
Speaking of things in our favor, he's bald. He's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Chaotic. He's
I don't know who that is.
lunatic.
Is it Robert Saleh?
Oh, Coach Saleh coming into the. He's arrived.
It's
JD.
better than Robert Saleh. It's better than Robert Saleh because
Joe Douglas.
we get to actually talk to this guy. And he is one of my favorite people on the planet. He is beautiful. He doesn't have his contacts in tonight, so we're going to get to see the lights flash off. Oh, he takes them off as I bring him in. What's up, Jack?
I don't think anybody.
Mr. Chaos himself.
One of the nicest introductions I've ever received.
What up, Chaos?
I'm
What's
drinking,
good,
so
brother?
it doesn't mean
Slow
shit.
reveal. Here it comes.
I'm drinking, Jer, so don't hold too much weight in that.
Well,
How you doing, buddy?
Here he comes.
I'm
That's
doing
what she
good,
said.
happy-
He texted me coming, and I replied, "That's what she said." Perfect, Adam.
Happy
Perfect.
Veterans Day to Gunning and to everybody in the chat who has served. We
I
appreciate
appreciate
you.
you, brother.
Absolutely.
so
Oh,
much.
I wish you happy birthday and even wish you happy Veterans Day. Look at you with back-to-back days.
Yeah, this is. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, it's weird because, like, I don't know what we're supposed to say when people wish us like a happy Veterans Day, like, because that's not something. And
I would look people in the eye and be like, "I put my fucking life on the line for you." Goddamn right.
You piece
Buy
of
me a
shit.
fucking- buy
What have
me
you
a fucking
done?
donut or like a quick check sub, son of a bitch.
Just where it says, I'm a veteran. Thank me. Thank me.
Oh,
That would be
like,
me though. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, I guess we.
Like,
gonna
buy me
see
a
that one
fucking
little
daily news,
differently.
you son of a bitch.
Did you get your half off fries at Applebee's or what, man?
I don't. So what's crazy is like I don't even go to those anymore because I started feeling bad about it. Like ever since I got out of the military, ever since I got out of the military, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna leave this for like the young sergeants, the young staff sergeants, the corporals and whatnot. Go out there, get your free food because usually you're in uniform when you do those things, and I'm not rocking a uniform to go to Chili's or anything. So then I got to cut
Oh,
the
you gotta wear a
beard.
uniform to go to Chili's?
No. I'm just saying that the majority of the guys you're going to see that go get those free meals usually are the guys who are right now, like the recruiters in Houston. They work today, so I know those individuals took a little break to get their free lunch and whatnot. And I don't know. Ever since I got out, I just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that guy. Just it feels weird. But thank you. I appreciate the appreciation. I
Don't you get to shop in the commissary still though?
I do. Yeah. Yeah, I got full honors when I got out, so I'm able to go to the commissary, get on base. Yeah. So like, I actually bought my new MacBook M1 from the commissary from the exchange.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Got me a nice little freaking discount, no taxes.
Nice.
It's pretty nice.
You get one of those Jake Esmond bootleg jerseys too, or what?
Actually, I did buy one of those bad boys. I bought one of those bad boys. Well, I think it's my Quentin Williams jersey is
They
an
look
actual bootleg one.
Super
It look
Chats.
good, bro. Like
Yeah.
they look really good. I was very surprised. In fact, I bought all of my kids' jerseys from it as well
Nice.
because I was like, y'all gonna outgrow this thing in like the next freaking year. So here you go.
Let me ask a question to you, Jer.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you say about me on your channel? Because Twisted came in here like he came in here like a drunk J. Cole. He came at me and I'm like, I can't even go back at him because I don't know what Jeremy said.
I was simply saying
Twisted, I'm busting balls because it's been funny, but I don't know what to say because I don't know what Jeremy said.
okay, so
I don't know how to rebuttal
I was
this.
gonna say I was surprised about the introduction given I'll tell you what
I completely forgot about it. Completely forgot about it.
I was telling people because I went on before you came on and I was telling everybody make sure you go to Proud New York Jets fan for the Friday hangout tonight. And I said, now look, I said Nick might not be the best looking guy. He's not very good looking.
So you're lying to people.
I said he's not the smartest guy. He's not the sharpest, knife in the
That one I give you.
Okay.
Well,
I said, but his son.
how can you be?
I said, but his son managed somehow to be a very good-looking kid, a very bright kid, a very likable kid. So maybe, even though you have to tolerate Nick, his son Nicky might pop onto the screen, and then you could all be happy. So that's all I did.
I listened to it for about a half hour.
Basically, you're saying that I'm not the father. Are you being honest here? What the fuck
No,
you saying?
Is that a bit of facetiousness?
That was my comment. Did you guys, for any of you guys and guys in the
transitions
chat,
you
if
could
you
make.
saw the Jets Instagram, the
We're not
Jets
going there.
Facebook, it had the Michael Carter picture of, and it was like, caption this, and I was like, when Maury tells you you're not the father.
All I know is Nick showed us a picture when he was at the game.
Father.
Of this, not the father. No, what fan? What she was a fan of? What team? She had the middle finger out.
Oh, that was the Patriots game.
Patriots. And I'm thinking, and I'm like, did you get her number or
I was
something? You're
like,
like, she's a
Eagles fan.
Patriots fan. I was like, but she was cute, man. I don't care. You should have went.
Probably
for that.
inbred. She's a Patriots fan. She's probably.
It's like I've got some dignity.
She was
It's like, I refuse.
Yeah,
I'm
and you
lower
hear
my
that dirty
rated.
talking Mark Wahlberg's voice. I mean, come on, and a hard
No, I
pass.
went.
What are you doing?
I went to college. God,
Hey, tell your mother I said
thank
hello.
God I got out.
Yeah. No. Hell no.
I don't care. You should have went for that.
All right, there is a question. I'm going to throw it around, and then we're going to get into our topic here. I can't find it.
You still have
Somebody
to-
said, "Who is Sauce Gardner's first pick six against?" Buffalo. We'll start with you. Go ahead.
You already had it, but okay.
Yeah, it got taken
Awesome.
away by the refs.
It was he
Um,
was stolen from him.
No, that was Michael Carter who had that.
That was Michael Carter.
Well, in
my
Green
God.
Bay, remember they had the one that was overturned on the review,
Oh yeah,
Carter had
right.
one.
Oh,
One
all right, good call.
but
right.
it still doesn't count. He doesn't officially have one. I'm going to say Kirk Cousins.
Ooh.
Oh,
Is that game in prime time? Can they?
If it is-
at the prime time, bet the Jets heavy. All right, Adam.
No, it might get flexed. It could get flexed. Okay, I am gonna. You know what? I think it's gonna happen when we least expect it. I'm gonna say it's not against the quarterback doing pretty well. I'm gonna say it's against Tua. He's gonna do it against Miami in Miami, last game of the season.
All right,
that's
Gunny?
my answer.
Really? Tua, huh? I actually got it happening
Yeah.
against
Think it'd be-
Chicago.
Great
I
way to
think
clinch our
Justin
playoff
Fields.
spot if we haven't already clinched it.
I think Justin Fields is going to be doing that. Throws the first pick six.
This is only gonna
To
throw about
the Sauce.
9 times the whole game.
Trevor
one of them is-
Lawrence.
Gonna go the.
I love
Ooh.
that. I love that nobody's taken mine yet. Jared, who you
Trevor
got?
Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence. Gonna do it against
Ah.
Trevor.
Are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
Oh, now
Casey Keenum.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones,
I
isn't it?
think. Go ahead.
You say Mac Jones? All
You
right,
say next
Gino?
week.
AFC Championship against Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at Jared! Boom! Mic drop.
Yeah, that's a
Hey,
mic drop.
if you
all right.
guys
And you
know
didn't
anything
You
about
want
me,
me to knock
you
on
know
wood for the
anything
an
about
AFC
me,
Championship game already?
I am all about bold predictions. You got to live on the ledge, and then you're going to be great if you're remembered for what you say. AFC Championship against Patrick Mahomes.
So you're saying our boy Sauce only get a pick six at all in the regular season?
They're tough to come by.
They are tough to come by.
Obviously, if it's his first in the AFC Championship.
The Jets franchise went like 50-something games without a pick six until
I
Brandon
mean, Darrell
Eccles got
Revis
one
had like
last year.
2 in his whole 3 of them.
True.
He
Yeah,
had
Revis
one
only had
against,
2
his
in his
first
whole
was
career.
against Kurt Warner when they wore those ugly ass blue and gold things where we won like 54-24 when Favre was the quarterback. That was Darrell Revis's
That was
first pick
Revis.
six.
Uh-huh.
He had another one against
Oh,
Miami from like
Oh,
the
yeah,
3-yard
that's
line
right.
that he took all the way back,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I will say to this day, it's total pass interference. He mauled Brandon Marshall and got away with it.
Did the refs call it? The refs didn't call it. It wasn't
Yeah.
pass interference.
He didn't. It was Dallas on Sunday night against Des Bryant, but no, he got caught. He got pushed out of bounds. He didn't return it for a pick six.
Yeah, I think he only had 2 in his career.
Yeah, I think it was Kurt Warner and was it Jay Fiedler?
Yeah, he only had 2 touchdowns in his That was it.
I forget who the Miami quarterback was for that long.
Was it Matt Moore?
Matt Moore. I was
Jordan
saying
Dillon.
Mike.
Revis had a fumble recovery for a touchdown against the Carolina Panthers.
Peppermint pattying over there with that?
Oh, that's right. That's right, Buffalo. He did have
When
a
I
fumble
was
recovery.
13 years old, my parents had me laminated.
What?
My name is Dr. Evil.
He turned into Dr.
I
Evil.
gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Apparently,
I was like,
when
wait,
Jerry
what?
puts the glasses on, it actually makes him normal.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, it's much better.
All right.
Oh, now he's
Adam?
okay. Regular Jeremy's back.
I've never met
Yes.
regular Jeremy. I've never met regular
All
Jeremy.
right,
I don't know
here we
who
go.
this crazy character is that you speak of. All right,
Scotch.
Adam. So this is your segment.
You give him some.
You
You
wanted
give
to
some
do
of the
this?
Farah pizza. Yeah, go ahead.
So this is your segment. You wanted to do this. You brought this up. Introduce it to everybody, and then we'll start with you. We'll give you the clean slate.
All right. So typically at the beginning or the middle, pretty much at the middle of every season, every team releases their top plays of the half and whatnot. And in some of it was a fine, legitimate good Jets plays.
Hold on
You
one
have to
second. Hold on one
find,
second.
A decent
Adam, hold
block
on.
on special
Adam,
teams just to
freeze.
get a whole
Pause.
list together.
Pause. Is it my connection with him lagging, or is everybody seeing that?
No, he's got a lag going on. I don't know if it's him or us.
That's him.
Yep, it's him.
Let's talk about him like he's not here.
Am I lagging?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
yep, it's
All
him.
right, hang on.
Yeah, I was like,
It's Virginia internet.
He's gone.
I know it ain't me. I just got that fiber. That thing is crisp.
Fiber. You're pooping like a champ. You
He
got
got
good
mad.
fiber.
He got mad and left.
Did he just jump off?
He probably is refreshing his
Rebooting
stuff.
his computer.
Ah,
All right. Let's see what we got here. Is it back?
Look at Gunny. You just want to hug him.
Hey. I just learned how to do this the other day, so I'm gonna do this. Boom! Switching
oh,
shit. I
snap.
just learned how to do this. Oh, you're
Not lagging
fancy,
that
huh?
bad. All right.
Fancy, huh? All right, Adam, go ahead. Introduce your segment to everybody and then fire away.
Okay. Let's get right to it. All right. Top 5 plays of the first half of the Jets season. It's going to be tough to narrow it down because there have been so many great plays the Jets have made and a lot of great ones that we might have forgotten just because they happened so long ago. So I wanted to know from my fellow Jets content creators, what are the moments this season that you remember the best so far? And it'll give us a good chance to reminisce on a very fun first 9 games. So I figure what we around the horn, all do our number 5, do our number 4, and so on. And let's see what we agree on. Let's see what we completely disagree on. So if I had to give you my number 5 play first half, I would give you the Sauce Gardner blitz and subsequent safety to start off the Miami Dolphins game. That was a game where we needed a division win. We needed to get above 500. Yep, that's my number 5. It was the first play because it's not like it won the game, but it's for what was coming.
Set the tone.
Out of the game. I love the aggressive play call. First of all, I want to give Ulbrich and Salas some credit. Thanks, Twisted. If I was clean, she wouldn't be lacking. Is that what's up? But yeah, the Sauce, blitz, and safety on Teddy Bridgewater is my number 5.
So, Adam, what did you want to do? This is you're Baba Booey. You're the producer of the segment. Are you doing all 5 of yours, or are we just doing round table?
He looks like Baba Booey.
No. Let's just do round table. Let's go.
Calm down, Jerry.
Let's go
You look
around.
like a white Beetlejuice. Pipe the fuck down over there.
You know, Drew, your left is not can't hear anything.
Say again, Adam.
As opposed to what color juice? Yeah. Let's. No, I think you're hearing me just fine. Am I lagging? Honestly, am I
We're
lagging?
not.
again?
You are.
Am I still
You
lagging?
might. I
Yeah,
think it
no,
might
you
be
are
an
lagging.
internet connection thing. You might want to maybe reboot the internet and pop back in. I don't think
It
it's.
should be fine. I might have to restart. Yeah.
No,
I'll just restart. I'll start.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Gunny.
Yes.
Give me your number 5.
My number 5, man.
We're probably gonna have duplicates. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
last, and I'll pick 5 that nobody else picked.
So my number 5 play, I guess, then is going to be the one we just saw most recently, and it's going to be the Denzel Mims catch for the first down against the Buffalo Bills. I think, as even though it was a quick little slant route, nothing crazy, 8 yards, it was such an important and valuable catch, and beautiful throw by Zach as well. But I think that to me was my favorite play in terms of the top 5. If I had to go ahead and get down, it has to be in my top 5. It'll be my number 5, because it iced the game away at the end when you really look at it. That was the game-winning catch. Being able to get that first down, run the clock down to what it was, and get the field goal. Ultimately put us ahead, and subsequently we got that win. So that would be my number 5 play, the Denzel Mims catch from Zach Wilson against Buffalo to go ahead and get that last first down.
Okay, Jared, what do you got?
I'm gonna say the first. So this is my number 5. The pass in the opener, in the first drive, the 12-yard pass to Elijah Moore. I think it was about 12 yards. It was a first down pass. Only because I turned to Richie from Jets Media, and because I know he loves Elijah and he had the jersey on, and I said, Richie, and he looked over at me and I go, that's my boy. That's my boy. And he cracked up, and then I turned further to Gunny and said, that's my boy. And Gunny was cracking up. And that was just a great memory for me. So I'm going to call that my number 5 play of the season, because it was such a great moment to do that and get the laughter out of those guys.
Nice. Buffalo, what you got?
I'm going to go with maybe not the sexiest one, but I'm going to go with In the
Jeremy?
Wind with. No,
You said not the sexiest one, so I said Jeremy.
In the Wind with the goalpost shaking, Greg Zerloin's 52-yard kick going into the half in Denver. I felt like that was a low-scoring, ugly game, and to go into the half up 10-7 as opposed, or up 10-9 as opposed to down 9-7, and just to set it into the wind and have it curve perfectly right down the middle. And maybe not just so much as what the kick was in that game, but to just feel like, wow, we have a steady, competent, clutch kicker, probably for the first time, really since Nick Folk or maybe Myers. So I thought that was a really big time kick.
Okay. My number 5 against the Dolphins. The Quinnen Williams murder of Tyreek Hill. You guys know by now, you've all done plenty of shows with me. We talk and text all the time. I'm a defensive guy. When Quinnen Williams scooped up that ball and ended Tyreek Hill's life, that's my number 5. Easy. That should be number 1, but he didn't score. If he scored, that's number 1 by far for me. But he just threw that little rag doll to the side. I was hoping Adam got back by now, maybe by the time we're done with this round. All right. Buffalo, we'll start with you. Number 4.
My number 4 play is going back to the fourth quarter of Pittsburgh. There was a 4th and 10, and Zach Wilson threw an absolute bullet to a Corey Davis, who at the time of the release
on his back shoulder, right?
Double
back shoulder as he slid,
and just squeezed it right in there. Corey Davis sliding like a shortstop to make the play. If we don't convert there, we're on like our own 48-yard line. We're down 10, and the game might be over with like a little over 7 minutes to go. That was a big time throw that kind of ignited that comeback. That's my number 4 play.
Okay, Jer.
My number 4 is the Garrett Wilson in the end zone against Cleveland touchdown catch. And here's part of it. Again, I connect to experience and memories. I'll always connect it to Gunny running out of that room into his living room, his daughter screaming as if somebody had just ran into the house to kill them. And Gunny not being able to articulate what happened. He was just like, oh, yeah! Just like crazy screaming, and then running back into the room, but nothing was communicated to the family. But you knew, but you could totally connect to it because we were all going through the same thing. We couldn't even
Speechless, right? Like
Speechless.
speechless.
Yeah.
The
With just
Jets
joy and
don't
disbelief.
win. The Jets don't do those moments.
No, they don't.
So, but watching, like enjoying it, and then watching somebody else and see them looking like you're feeling at the moment is an amazing thing. So I'll always make the connection to that play and that video that they were brilliant enough to look on the security camera and take and collect.
Gunny, what you got?
Well, for me, that one is in my top 5, but that's a little earlier than that one's a little bit. I can take my number 2, number 3 area. So for me, number 4 is going to be the little screen pass to Breece Hall from Zach Wilson in Miami that he took to damn near to the house, but got stopped on the freaking 1-yard line.
Oh, you mean the wheel route?
The wheel route, and seeing him pretty much carry 2 freaking Miami Dolphins defenders about 5 to 6 yards to get down at that 1-yard line. I mean, half a yard line. That was priceless to me. And I saw that one actually yesterday, and I just smiled. I just smiled watching Breece Hall carry 2 grown men 5 yards.
Let me add something to that. If you watch that replay, it's amazing that Berrios does not get called for a hold because he's trying to pull
him off.
Off of Hall, pulling his jersey, yanking at him. It's amazing that wasn't a penalty. That's why you know things are changing for the Jets, because in past years, that's like holding downfield number. Oh my God, my mind just went blank. 10?
Number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Berrios, what's Berrios? 10?
Yep.
Yes,
That's correct.
Okay. I had a brain fart. It just completely lost my.
And you know what?
Watch that. He is tugging at that guy to get him off a Hall. And it's amazing that wasn't a
in
penalty.
all actuality, We the People makes a very good point. I think Berrios prevented him from scoring.
Yeah,
I really think
he
Berrios
added weight to what Hall was dragging.
Exactly. I think that he prevented him from scoring. So We the People says that in the chat, and he's 100% right. I think Breece scores if Berrios is not trying to go ahead and help. By doing so, he just interfered.
All right, Adam. I thought Adam would be here. He's fixing some stuff, so I guess I'll go next unless he pops in the last 5 seconds. I'm going to go with, at my number 4, I'm going to go with the shuffle pass handoff to Hall in Green Bay that he took for a touchdown. When it was basically him downfield with no assistance, no help, just zigzagging through everybody, and he scored the touchdown. So that's my number 4. Excuse me. I haven't spoken all week after losing my voice. Brain fart. I guess Jeremy was right. Oh, God damn. That's a good one. That's good. All right. Adam's not back yet. We'll let him double up when he does get back in here. Jared, start us off. Give me your number 3, Mr. Chaos.
My number 3 was the Breece Hall touchdown versus Denver, the 50, I think about 52 yards. I think it was because I realized that moment, especially after what he did in Green Bay and then the 100-100 game. And I realized when he made that run against Denver, like it really hit home at that moment, that everything I had said and believed, and I had said many times, but sometimes you say it, but it's nothing like seeing it happen and realizing it's real, was that this is a franchise-changing player. Like when he did that, I said, oh, it's not a fluke thing what happened with Green Bay. Like, this is real. We have this guy that many times during the season is going to just give us a touchdown from anywhere on the field. And that's going to be part of Breece Hall's career, and he's going to be that kind of impact player. So that made that, and that was the realization. When he had that run, I said, oh my God, we really do have a super elite franchise-altering running back.
I agree. And it's a shame that we had that moment
and then lost it.
And it just got swept away from us, right? Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Gunny, I just texted you. And I want you to hear, dumbass, as I say it, as you read it.
Oh. You didn't specify earlier on. I had to correct you on the time zones.
And I blame Jeremy for this because Jeremy has embedded in me and he's installed into my brain. Just tell me the time for you and I'll figure it out. So when I told you 8:35, in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's going to do the same thing Jeremy did. He's going to do the math and say, I'm an hour behind. I'll join at 7:35. So from now on, I'm going to tell you my time, and then you do the math. Since
fair enough. Okay,
you're one of these weirdos who doesn't live in New Jersey and root for their team. Oh, hold on, we got him back.
Knobcraft, shut up. I seriously, I went to the cell phone. That's how stupid this laptop is being right now. So. Is that any better?
That's a great. I've left that up there because I waited for you to come back to see it because that was that good of a joke. Adam dipping on the broadcast like my dad dipped out for cigarettes 34 years ago. Fantastic.
Damn.
I forgot what Friday nights were like. I forgot it was cut each other down night.
I love it.
I love it. What do we do here? It's friends, busting balls, having a good time. It's as if we were all hanging out in my living room here and looking out of the side of our eyes at Iowa Jet fan because you're afraid he's going to steal shit when he's in here.
You know, Nick, I got to say, somebody commented on a video that I made, one of my short videos. Their comment was, Jeremy, I really like your stuff. You made great points, great content, but please move back too much of your head.
Yeah, I feel like I could smell your breath sometimes watching your videos.
It smells like your peppermint patties.
Too much of your head.
You're so close to the screen that I literally don't think you're Dr. Evil. I think you're Mini-Me. And when I met you at the airport, when I picked you up, I was like, this guy's a fucking giant. I thought he was a fucking midget. Because you're so close in the way it is. Yeah.
Oh, I'm only 4'5".
X-rated is all right. Adam, give us your number 4 and your number 3 because you dipped out.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I was dipping. Yeah, I guess I was dipping it, and I got to hear what you guys have been saying. Okay, number 4 for me is the Jermaine Johnson sack against Josh Allen against Buffalo. 9 minutes left in the fourth, 1st and 10, tie game. JJ knocks off Gabe Davis, runs 15 miles an hour to sack Josh Allen. If he doesn't make that sack, Allen probably gets about 20, 25 yards on that run. Big play.
Agreed.
And that's my number 4. My number 3, I'll be curious if anybody has this one, is the Braden Mann onside kick against the Cleveland Browns.
Damn. Yeah, no, I didn't have that one.
I love you too, brother.
That was
Shine just a little harder, would you?
That was my number 2, but this is why I like to go last so I can adjust.
There you go. I mean, the Corey Davis touchdown was great, but when Will Parks blows up Amari Cooper, because if you watch the replay, that ball's going out of bounds. If Parks doesn't get to it and keep it in place, Justin Hardy's not there to get on top of the ball. And once he did that, once the Jets got that onside kick, I said, we're going to win this game. That was the first sign to me when you saw that there could be some magic with this team for the season. So number 3 is the onside kick against Cleveland.
All right. Who didn't give number 3 yet?
I don't think I have.
Me and Gunny.
All right. Gunny, go ahead, then we'll go Buffalo.
So for me, my number 3 is going to have to be special teams play. You see Michael Clemens, that monster, that beast against Green Bay, block the attempted kick, and we get a special teams touchdown in Lambeau Field. And to me, it was actually one of the scenes that you get to watch it again, of course, and one Jets drive. And they did it in perfectly timed slow motion. The camera angle was just freaking immaculate. And you see Michael Clemens pretty much knock the ball down. The team just huddles to the freaking ball. And in slow motion, a gang of New York Jets dogs freaking get to the end zone. And I loved how the entire team celebrated that, man. Like, it's those kind of things where the special team gets a score and you've got the wide receivers, the freaking quarterback, everybody's jumping up, trying to go ahead and just jump in and celebrate with those guys. That to me was my number 3. That blocked kick attempt by Michael Clemens that got returned for a score in Lambeau Field.
Buffalo.
My number 3. So we got like how Adam gave the context. So we have in Green Bay, score is tied 3-3, 8 minutes left in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Jets have the ball at the Green Bay 21, and they go with a reverse to Braxton Berrios, which if you look on the replay, he had no yards to work with. It easily could have been a tackle for loss, but he takes it for the touchdown to put the Jets up 10-3. And for me, it was like, I'm looking for plays that signify things that are more than just the play. Obviously, it was a huge play to score the first touchdown of the game in the second half. But I've always felt like Berrios is the kind of guy who's like, even in Green Bay, it's like he plays like a Packer. As much as it makes us want to throw up, like the guy kind of plays like a Patriot, right? He's got that Edelman, that Wes Welker factor to him. But now it's like, maybe that means what it's like to play like a Jet now. Maybe we can have these guys who are just really good at their specific job and don't make a lot of money and are unheralded around the league. And I think we're starting to find those role players. And I think Braxton Berrios exemplifies that perfectly. Huge play there. That's my number 3.
Nice. My number 3. It was a play that almost didn't happen. It's the Breece Hall winning touchdown in Pittsburgh. It's the play that we all knew he got in. We jumped out of our seats. We were going ballistic. And then collectively, Jets Nation sat down and thought to themselves, these fucking zebras are going to fuck us. They're going to fuck us. We see the ball's over, but they're going to fuck us. And when they reviewed it, and thank God, the only time I'm ever happy to get tweets from like Connor Hughes and Rich Cimini before the play happens are during reviews. Because they know in the stadium before 30 seconds before it's on.
Yeah. Yep.
And I launched myself through the ceiling that day. So Breece Hall, game-winning touchdown against Pittsburgh in a game that we all knew Jets of the past lose, right?
Facts.
We're waiting for the turnover. We're waiting for the interception. We're waiting for the bad snap. We're waiting for just time to run out, missed field, whatever the case may be. Breece Hall going in there is my number 3. So everyone went 3, right?
Yep.
Adam, started off. Give me number 2.
My number 2 play is also from the Green Bay game, but it's a different play. I am going with the Breece Hall trap run for a touchdown. That play was supposed to be.
I already picked that.
You picked that one?
Yep, that was my 4. But go ahead.
That was
Go
your
ahead.
4? All right. Well, all right. I'll just throw a couple things.
Internet.
So I watched the replay back, and there were 6 different times when he could have been tackled by Packers defenders. That made the 17-10 game 24-10, and that was the point where I really started to feel pretty confident that they could get the win in Lambeau Field. I love that trap play, and again, it was supposed to be a reverse to Wilson. It showed awareness, and it showed that Breece is as smart as he is talented. Love that play.
Great play design.
It was beautifully done.
Jared, what do you got?
This is one that's been mentioned, but it's my number 2, and it was the onside kick that we recovered against Cleveland. Again, my pattern has been this is all about the experience, right? What happened around it. Watch party with Green Bean. He was about 7-8 seconds behind me, and I'm announcing it to him. I'm saying it's loose, and I think we got it. And Green Bean's like, what? And he starts freaking out. He goes, do we got it? He's yelling at me, and I don't know. I'm waiting, and I'm like, hold on, I don't know. And now he's seeing it happen. He goes, oh, my God, we may have gotten it. And then, of course, I get it 7 seconds ahead of him, and I scream, we got the ball. And Green Bean goes, fuck yeah, like I'm freaking out. It was one of the big moments because I knew, and I think a lot of you can relate to this, I almost knew we were going to score. Like, yes. I knew if we, to me, the hard part was getting the ball. As soon as they signaled that we got the ball, I almost felt
I knew we won that game.
We
were
going to score.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Connie?
Okay. All right. So for me, it's going to be the Braxton Berrios reverse touchdown pass to my boy Zach Wilson, where he gritted on them hoes in the end zone. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That to me, seeing him do that that was the first game back. I think.
What do we call that play? The Milfy Milfy?
The Milfy.
It's not
I'm down
Philly.
for
It's Milfy Milfy, right?
the Milfy Gritty. I don't know, something like that. I thought that was awesome, man. To kind of see him not only catch the ball, it made us feel a lot more comfortable that the knee must be good if he's going in freaking routes right now to go ahead and catch the ball. But they were having fun with it, and I think that was probably the first kind of like showing of just how much fun this team was going to be having this year. Right, like you saw them all celebrate, having a good time, gritty together to the sideline. And to me, every time I saw a play like that happen, and I realized that the team, like just in unison, would want to celebrate with one another and just be happy. And it keeps going back to what we've all been talking about, that these kids don't know they're supposed to suck. These kids don't know, like, they're not supposed to be able to go ahead and make those kind of plays happen, right? All they know is that they're here to go ahead and change the narrative, and they've got the talent to do it. And that to me was one of my favorite plays thus far this season. So that's my number 2.
Jared, can you address the question from Iowan here? Are you masturbating?
That's what it looks like. It looks like you were beating something, bud.
Iowan, I proposed a question about 9 to 11 seconds ago, and he hasn't said no. So
Your weekend is not
plenty of time to deny the accusation. And he's like, nope, I'm feeling myself right now.
If I was masturbating, why would it be the microphone that's shaking?
Jeremy, your weekend is not supposed to climax this early, okay?
All right, Buffalo, what you got?
This is number 2.
Yes.
My number 2 is the Bryce Huff strip sack on Josh Allen. Coming around the edge. I just felt like I was watching him, and I just felt like all game I was watching, waiting for it to come, because I knew that Spencer Brown was out there right tackle. And Josh Allen, unfortunately, I have to watch a lot of Josh Allen. Number 1, I've never seen somebody anointed as football royalty for accomplishing less than Josh Allen in my entire life. I've never seen anything like it. But also, I've known that he's vulnerable to his right. He's always been vulnerable, filling the pass rush to his right. And I was waiting for that moment. Huge play. I think it put it back to like it was like ended up being like the 4th and 21 to put him behind the chains. And then he got a pressure immediately on the next play too to force him to skip the pass short. Maybe the reason that Josh Allen is out against Minnesota, never root for somebody to get injured, but it was a great play by Bryce Huff.
Agreed. My number 2, Sauce Gardner ended the game against Buffalo. My number 2 was the Huff play, but I'll bump this and I'll go Sauce Gardner against Gabe Davis deep, ending the game. The joy, the adulation, seeing the grief on the Buffalo fans when they were so cocky and arrogant that they were going to win this game. And I told them flat out, I'm like, listen, you guys are going to have fun. It's 14-3. I'm like, you're going to have fun. Enjoy it. Because when we come back, you're going to hate me and probably want to put a restraining order on me. You guys saw me at the Baltimore game, and we lost that game. If we won that game, I would have fought everybody in black and purple. I was such a cocky dick when Sauce Gardner did that. I had a lady who was a Jet fan. When we were down 14-3 at halftime, she comes by and she goes, I got to tell you, I love you. You're freaking fantastic. You're going nuts. I'm like, oh, you're a Jet fan too? I'm like, I tell you what, when we win this game, when you leave, you got to kiss my belly. She goes, deal, done. We win the game, we'll do it. She's walking up the aisle. She looks at me and she goes, lift it, pull up the shirt, kiss right on the belly button. So that to me was going to be number 1, but now it's number 2. What we got next? Give me Gunny, start us off. Give me your number 1 play.
Number 1 play for me thus far this season. Now, a lot of y'all are going to think I'm kind of crazy to make this a number 1 play, but
already think that.
Okay, good. Well, then I guess this shouldn't be surprising.
I saw who you married. I know you're not normal.
Nah, you're right. You're right. I like it a little wild. You know what I'm saying? A little dangerous.
Hope the guy she doesn't have internet.
No, she
But does she kiss your belly button?
No, I don't. I'm sure if I asked her to, she would. She's a weirdo like that. She might. Now I'm gonna ask her tonight and see if she'll do it.
But we call this the Nick
But-
Shine.
She won't do it.
Coming
She
soon to
won't
the
do
English
it.
dictionary.
Give me a shiner, baby.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, now we know how it happened.
But nah, man, I think it was game one. Because we were all there, and I gotta go ahead and take into still from Jeremy a little bit in regards to this. It was about the excitement when Garrett Wilson caught his second pass of the game, and he put
Did
on
he do Dunkaroo?
skates. Yeah, he
Did
put
he
on
do Dunkaroo?
skates.
Where-
Yeah, bro.
Oh, Baltimore, even Cal Ripken missed that fucking tackle.
Bro, he just juked everyone out their shoes in this small box. And I think seeing the kid do that in his first game with that level of confidence and that level of, you saw him do it in college. You were hoping it could translate into the NFL. We saw that kid was as advertised in that one freaking catch. The way he juked out everyone that was around him just to go ahead and get 7 yards. He didn't get the first down. I know everybody said he didn't get the first down, but to me, it proved to us that this kid's going to be a baller in this league. Because once he realizes to go ahead and lunge forward, going backwards again, this kid's going to be a baller. And that to me was very, very. I mean, we all got excited. He didn't get the first down, and the entire freaking stadium just erupted, just in pure wow. That was a wow play for me. So Garrett Wilson, his coming out party with that particular catch and juking out the Baltimore Ravens secondary.
Tony, do you remember? Do you ever watch the show Key and Peele?
Yeah.
You remember that the skit where every time they're going to talk about their wife, about like how they handle their wife,
Yeah.
they look to make sure she's not there,
Yes.
and they're like, "So I told her, bitch." And,
Yep.
That's
When
why you
you-
see me keep.
somebody pointed out when you was talking about your wife.
Hey, look, man, look. Been married for 14 years, guys. I'm trying to keep a happy home. All right, I'm trying to keep a happy home.
As happy as it could possibly be.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Packers were doing horrible this year, so there's a lot of happiness is one sided this time around.
This is probably the happiest year of marriage you've ever had.
You're right.
Did
She's
Nick?
been so
did Nick?
quiet.
Did Nick say why he left, or did he just?
He's probably getting a drink.
Because if he
I know Nick.
we should play a quick game. Let's talk about where Nick went. I say the debt collectors game.
Too late.
I think he grabbed the beer.
I had to piss and open up the door because my buddies are coming by. What the fuck?
Oh, I thought
Is
you
it
had
three guys in a suit threatening to break your arm unless you pay back the debt?
You damn right, Twisted. We got cameras all over this house too. I don't ever know when she's watching the cameras, so I'll be watching myself.
All right. So who didn't go number one yet?
Who didn't go number one? That
You
came
just
out.
went number one, so you're.
I
good.
just went number
Johnny
one.
just said number
Anthony, 100% accurate. Yes. She got hands.
Yeah.
Yo, Jessica got some hands for real though, like dead ass.
Who? Gunny,
I
you did number one?
haven't went number one.
I
Nope.
did them one already. Yeah.
All right.
And he could kick.
Jared, go
There
ahead.
is one. I will point out that there is probably exactly one person with a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt in the stream, but there's also one person who's a United States Marine Corps veteran. So, all right, that's fine.
That'd be a great fight.
Wait, I didn't even see. You know what, Buffalo? Just how you and I are different. I didn't even look at the first part. I just saw, his wife would beat his ass. All I saw was the second part that says, his wife would beat his ass.
Wait, did we just fucking escalate my channel to like Fight Club?
I'll talk about it.
We can all agree I don't want any part of Gunny's wife. I don't want those hands.
Yeah.
No.
Nah,
No.
I don't want. Trust me.
Oh, no.
It's not worth it, bro. She
I
got some heavy hands.
FaceTimed her. I messaged Gunny the day that we beat the Packers. I was like, yo, I need your wife's number. Don't take this the wrong way. But I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna FaceTime her. She refused to answer. I know it's fucking you. I'm not answering the phone. Stop fucking calling. And like a little bit of pee came out because I was like, oh my god.
Don't forget, there's probably going to be another Jets opener that we all go to. There'll be another Coney Island.
That's why I was like, oh.
That's
She will
happening.
find you. She will
Yeah,
find you.
that's happening.
I
Just like
told you
Liam
after we
Neeson,
beat
she
them,
will
I
find you,
texted-
and she
I
will
texted
kill you.
Gunny after we beat them. I was like, Yeah, your wife's not welcome to the opener next year. You got to bring the kid who's a Jet fan.
The kid who's a Jets fan.
All right,
Me and
Jack,
Nick.
go ahead, give me number one because I got about 10 minutes and I got to get off. That's what she said.
My number one was, and this is gonna be a surprise, but my number one was just the game against New England, the fake punt. And let me tell you why the fake punt was my favorite play, because it's kind of right. It's not, maybe it didn't generate the excitement that some of the other plays we're talking about generated, but to me, it was what it indicated and represented. It represented that our defense got to a level that even against the Buffalo Bills, that our coaching staff trusted them. So if they don't get it, our coaching staff trusted our defense to be able to handle that. They also trusted the special teams, and they obviously the play. And on top of all of it, we finally became a team, and this is rare in Jets history. Like if you, all my years, that was a team that no longer was trying not to lose. That was a team. They called that play because they were trying to win. And that, to me, is a turning point as a Jets fan that I don't know if I've ever felt, that we were the team that was trying to win, that was no longer being defensive, no longer being afraid, but we were acting like a championship team because we said, let's fake them out and fake this punt because we trust our defense if we don't make it. And we want to put ourselves in a position to win the game, not play field position and play not to lose the game.
All right. I like it. It's like a changing of the guard, right?
Yeah, I like that.
It's like we've arrived. We have faith in our team. We're going to coach bold because we could play bold. I like it. Adam, what you got? Besides shitty internet.
To say the least. It must be the tornadoes in the area, maybe. I don't. But the phone seems to be working, so it must be the stupid old laptop. All right, my number one. I'm going to take you back to a game against the Miami Dolphins. Miami misses the field goal that would have given them the lead. The Jets roll right down the field, 7 plays for a touchdown, and then Miami gets the ball back and they have an opportunity to answer. And what happened on that play? The strip sack by Carl Lawson, which led to the fumble recovery by Quinnen Williams and the absolute stiff arm to Tyreek Hill's chest. Quinnen's hand is probably still imprinted on his chest somewhere. Everything that play represents to me, the aggression, the pass rush, the teamwork, and the screw the haters, screw our doubters, everybody who doesn't want to be here, everybody who wants to make fun of the Jets, everybody who mocks the Jets. In that moment, Quinnen Williams said to all of them, F you, this is our game. We don't want you. Don't try jumping on the bandwagon. This is our freaking team. Stay down. I love that play and all that it represents. The Carl Lawson strip sack, the Quinnen Williams fumble recovery, and the truck stick to Tyreek Hill.
I love
So
that.
you're a fan of the play?
He's all right.
He's like, it was okay. It was an eye play.
He's all right.
I want to address this comment. Weed the People 72. Thank you for joining. I think Jeremy, you bounced him over here today. It figures you sent the guy over who's got weed in his name, but never mind. I said this before, but I absolutely love how much of a real family these Jet Contact creators and fans are. It's truly beautiful. Love you all. I've said this before. It's your first time here. Thank you for joining. Please sub up if you haven't already. These guys, January, I think I met Jeremy, and then it rolled into Adam, and then shortly after was Buffalo, and then Dark Soldier introduced us to Gunny, and Gunny came on my show, and that's when we got introduced to him. These just aren't guys that I talk Jets with. You know, we are with Dom C. We are in a group text together.
We talk
We
every
talk
day.
about life. We talk about major life events. We roast each other, even in good times and bad times. As you guys saw, Jeremy, you might need about 45 minutes to catch up on the messages. We're not going to discuss what it was, but these are my boys. These are my friends. Meeting everybody at the home opener was one of the coolest things ever. Because even my son said, "You've never met these guys?" I'm like, "Not in person." I'm like, I've seen them in little boxes on the computer.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen them in text. The fact that we are as tight as we are is awesome. And I love that comes off to you guys, the viewers.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
awesome.
love that you just don't think that like we're doing this and we don't know each other and we don't care about one another. It's totally gratifying to me as somebody who does it, for you guys to see how genuine and how real this is. And it's not bullshit. And it's not Sunday morning news where you're like, these people hate each other, but they're forced to be on television together. You know what I mean? We love each other. We care about each other, everyone but Jeremy. And, you know, we're Friday night. Buffalo just threatened us all with the jiu-jitsu that he knows. But these are my boys. These are my friends for life. Whether YouTube gets shut down tomorrow, we are always going to talk to one another. We are always going to be friends, and we are always going to root for this team and want the best for one another, except Adam. So it's absolute. I had to roast everybody.
It was working.
Everybody's got to get. Everybody's got to get it.
I am happy every time Adam comes over. He leaves another piece of jet.
That is true.
At my house.
I tend to leave green things with Nick a couple of different times. We'll just leave it at that. No, and the other thing that's amazing, none of us live in the same state. I mean, Dom's not here right now, but we are spread out all over the country. We can't just hang out on Friday night. If somebody says, "Hey, you want to come over tonight?" We can't do that.
Nah,
this is what we have. And the fact that we do have this community, I mean, the strange thing is, it's hard for me to even remember the first time that I talked to any of you guys. It feels like this is the way that it's always been.
Yep.
Yeah, and you guys in the chat, you know what? You're part of this right along with us. This is family. It's just like what I have with the Virginia Jets fans. You know, we talk faith, family, football, and it's the exact same thing in this group as well. And I consider myself one of the fortunate ones to have this group, except Jeremy.
Absolutely.
I want to say something real quick too, because like it's funny you guys all said that shit. Because so my kids, all of them, they've grown up like in the Marine Corps. So all they know is daddy's Marines friends, daddy's Marine brothers, mommy and daddy just both in the Marines. So that's all they know. So like when they've seen me interact with you guys and I show them videos from us being at the season opener, all my kids were like, "Where did you serve with these guys?" It was funny to me because they were like, "Where did you serve with these guys?" And then they know
Section 328.
pretty much. But it just kind of showed just how the dynamic was just so like.
Guantanamo Bay.
And they literally looked at it like, "Man, so these guys aren't Marines." I'm like, "Nah, baby, these are daddy's Jets friends." Like I met them through me getting on like on freaking Jets content creation, and they were like, "Oh." You guys talk like you guys are all Marines, and I'm like, in fact, they do talk like they're freaking Marines too. So that it's crazy that somebody else brought it up because like my kids literally are like, "Oh, where did you serve with these guys from?" And I'm like, "Huh? Oh no, baby."
Gunny, you could tell your girls, you could show them the picture of me and say, "See this guy? This guy wouldn't have left it."
I'm just imagining, Jeremy, you or I or Nick
tells his kids
in the military.
This is one of the people that I had to protect and save.
This guy would have fell to the ground.
This is the Private Ryan of the group.
This is the guy that would have fell.
We had to rescue him from enemy territory.
This is the guy that would have fell to the ground and said, "I want my mommy."
This is an 87 Vietnamese man that I rescued.
I'm trying to imagine Nick in the military and not mouthing off back at the drill sergeant. He would have set a record for the most time in solitary. Oh my god!
Hey, give me I don't want to cut this short, but my buddies just walked in. Who didn't give me their number one play yet?
Buffalo.
Okay, yeah, I'll go mine. So just like Jeremy did with Brees and then Gunny did with Garrett, mine was just when I realized the great player was a great player, and immediately it was the home opener. Sauce Gardner running back and making the pass break up on Mark Andrews in the end zone. I think that Lamar Jackson thought that he baited him, but Sauce baited Lamar. He knew exactly where he was. He knew how much distance he had to cover up. He knew he had the length and the speed to get it there. And I was like, oh my God, this kid is going to be an absolute stud. So that's my number one.
That was a really good one.
Anybody not go here? It's up to me.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think it's just
right. My number one play is more of a moment than a play. And it's when Mark Riss and I got on One Jets Drive.
That was great.
That was pretty
That
awesome.
was a great moment, right? Like we went. I texted Mark. I was like, "Please tell me you're watching for my number one moment." He's like, "I'm here. I'm good." I'm like, "All right, you're gonna love it." Yeah, I mean, the excitement about Sauce. It's like the tip of the iceberg, though, right? We knew we had a great pick. We knew we had something good, and the fact that Mark and I had that moment and enjoyed it, and we got on the One Jets Drive and we got on the freaking Jets video, I think that was really fucking cool. And when Sauce is all pro 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times and he's going into the Hall of Fame, we'll be able to look back at that like we knew before he even played one game in the NFL, which is pretty fucking
Nick,
awesome.
I got to ask you one thing.
What's up, brother?
Do you think Zach Wilson could recover and have a better game against New England?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you think.
You're supposed to cut him off.
You
You're
let him
about 30
finish.
seconds late.
You know what? I'll give Jeremy his moment because he's probably high on like a fucking edible.
No,
So
I'm
this
not.
is like the highlight of his night.
I just all week wanted to do that to you.
Son of a bitch. Gentlemen, I want to thank everybody. Go around real quick. I'm sure everyone in here knows where you guys are. Buffalo, I'll start with you and we'll look around. Tell everyone where they can find you guys.
Yeah, Buffalo Jet fan. I have a mediocre YouTube channel and I'm an asshole on Twitter, so come check that stuff out.
And in real life too.
Yeah, and in real life, I'm true to form. But yeah, have some fun. Upload videos when I can, which I guess is every fucking day. And
I feel like you save your positivity for the channel and all your negativity for Twitter.
How many do you do a day?
I got to learn to recover a fumble and
I gotta learn. He put up 4 fucking videos during my stream. I'm like, how the fuck is he doing this?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Buffalo. You're killing it right now, dog. Like every time I see you, just boom, boom. I'm like, God damn it, man. All right, I'm putting out one a week.
We're really talking about the freaking 2023 draft, really, bro.
Couldn't help
How
myself.
many do you do a day?
Well, my channel is 7 months old, and I just recorded video number 500. So
it's like it's a baby. It's like it's a baby. My channel is 7 months.
Channel.
What are you
Seven
getting
months
in
old.
About 3 a day.
Yeah, so it's
Ulbrich Lovers United.
It's been a fun ride. I'm trying to I'm trying to find a way to back off because there was a while during like free agency. Actually, I told Nick this. I uploaded and had in the back burner the Jets sign like Dwayne Brown video like 3 weeks before they signed him. And I just had like a batch of like possible breaking news, and then it's like I get the tweet and then I'm like boom, I'm like now I got 2 hours on Jet Central. So
Get the hell out of here.
yeah, so a
Jet
little
Central was
obsessive.
at the time.
I should
He's got
probably
a
get
video
life.
like Independence Day when the alien ship comes down, and just in case it ruins civilization, he could post
Boom.
a video.
He
Like,
can
I knew
post
this was coming.
And then, like when the plug's about to go out, just as Buffalo's gonna get kidnapped, he tries some jujitsu on them. And
Oh man.
Buffalo has a video.
Johnny, tell everyone where they could find you besides from hiding from your wife.
Yeah, besides that part, I mean, New York Jets situation report. You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook now, Instagram, and of course on TikTok. I'm not on a level of the Buffalo Jet fan. You're gonna get about 1 to 2 videos a week from me. One day when I grow up, maybe I can get on that level. But for now, I'm doing the best I can with about 2 a week, guys. That's all you're gonna get. But yeah, it's been fun, man. Like I started this off because I watched these guys, and I've been wanting to do it for years. And finally, I just said, fuck it. Let me get in front of a camera and just share my thoughts. And I got some good responses from it, man. And I've been enjoying it ever since. And again, these guys helped my channel grow. They've all allowed me to go on their shows and just talk Jets and allow me to get some exposure. So I wouldn't be where I'm at right now without these guys. And it's made this whole journey that much more fun. So New York Jets situation report, you can go ahead and search me on all platforms.
Well, whoever gave you good feedback obviously fucking lied to you.
Hey, look, they could lie to me all they want to. It's working, man. It's working.
the more tacos, the better. That's all I can say.
Got you.
You can lie to me and tell me it's good, but it's working. That's what she said. Jeremy, you fucking chaotic son of a bitch. Go ahead.
I'm gonna probably do the watch party. I'm gonna do a watch party on Sunday for the Minnesota Bills Buffalo Bills game. So anybody just spread the word.
Minnesota
What?
Bills?
The Minnesota Bills,
Vikings.
Buffalo Bills game?
Oh my God! Highlight of the night.
Jeremy, I know you're bald headed with and you're kind of off.
Tired.
But you're talking like that big idiot from Pennsylvania who got elected. Like the Eagles are better than the Eagles.
I'm
Better
tired.
move, whatever it is.
Minnesota Bills versus
You want me to talk about like the other guy? Well, I can't imitate him.
The
I'm gonna talk
Minnesota Bills, they
I'm gonna-
merged.
the Bills versus the Vikings. I'm doing a watch party, and it's going to be interesting because I might mix up the names like that. You never know, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it, and then I was asking Buff how many videos he does a day because I got my brother doing slave labor, basically because I'm not paying him a thing, and he's telling me, "Can I just release these videos?" And I said, "Not only should you release these videos, what the hell? It's been about 3 hours since you released one." So I'm playing the quantity game, and since he's doing a good job, I called him up today to yell at him, and he said, "Well, it didn't do as well as yours, so I kind of lost my steam." I said, "Just keep pumping them out there. Buffalo promises we'll get more subscribers. Just do it." So I'm hoping to get more and more videos out there because Buffalo, you're the model of what works, but that's not to take anything away from you're brilliant and you're super talented as well.
That sounded like
Appreciate
an
it, brother.
acceptance speech. Jeez.
Wow, I didn't know my channel was going to turn into one guy blowing another, but here we are.
You like to thank the Academy and
Sorry, Buffalo. Hey, you're on the receiving end of it, so it's better than
I
what
will be
Jeremy's
picking
doing.
up tips if you keep doing that, Jeremy. Watch out.
Adam, go ahead, brother. Fire away.
All right, my channel's NY Sports Wicker Media. I uploaded a video last night that's getting a little bit of attention. I made a video about the first Jets draft class that really affected this team that started the turnaround. And the teaser that I gave was Joe Douglas was not the general manager when it happened. And it's getting a little bit of traction, a little bit of attention. It's got some bold takes, but it just shows just how good it is. So if you have 15 minutes, definitely watch that video. I put a lot of research and a lot of time into that particular one. So it's a lot of Jets. You get some Mets, you get some Rangers. Hey, I've even threw out a Yankees and Nets video here and there. If something moves me, I'm going to talk about it. So, hey, thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for subscribing. You know, any support that you give us, it means more to us than you'll know. You know, that you're taking your time to watch us. What are you doing with your lives? But thank you anyway.
Awesome. Everyone in the chat, thank you. Thank you for joining us. You know, we have a good time hanging out. You guys make it enjoyable for us. I say all the time that we couldn't do this without you guys. Everyone outside of the state of Iowa, you're fucking fantastic, and we love you. Everyone else, have a good one. Enjoy the bye week. Enjoy your Jets being 6-3. Enjoy Kirk Cousins playing at 1 o'clock and not in prime time and playing like a fucking superstar on Sunday.
Yes.
Hopefully Nick Chubb goes wild against the Dolphins. Hopefully
Miles
Trevor
Garrett.
Lawrence goes wild against Kansas City. And then when the next time we see you, you're looking at the number 1 seed.
Victory Monday, baby. And
Yeah.
we didn't have to play a game to get to have one.
Exactly. So to everybody,
Watch with me.
I close with this. What the New York Post and the New York Jets have stolen from me. As always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. Take care, guys. Have a good